everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here with my November book haul revisit. So if you've not seen one of these videos, what I'm doing is I'm going back to November 2023, 2 years ago, to see, am I actually reading the books that I'm hauling, or am I just using them as shelf art? So what we're going to do is we are going to watch the video together of my in and out from 2023, and I'm going to keep track and see how many I've read and how many I have not. And I'm going to do it the same as last month. Nobody commented either way, and I think I like it a little bit better to give my commentary on the books that I have read as opposed to hearing me yammer on in the past. And so if you want to see that video, just go ahead. I will link the video down below. You can go watch it to your heart's content. But for now, let's just roll the footage and we'll see what I thought of the books and how many I've left to read. So here's to hoping. Okay, I have read that. I think that whole series was like a 3-star series for me. So I don't think I still have any of it on my shelf. Okay, so I really like Lisa Scottolini, but I think this one was also a 3-star for me. So I've read it. The Last Love Note. Okay, so I did like this one. But I have read it, so that's a big win. So far, so good. Oh, and then this Raina Telgemeier graphic novel set. I have read all of those, so I guess that's 4 books. 1, 2, 3, 4. I really like those. Drama is my least favorite, but I like them. Okay, I've read that. I think that was like a 3-star historical fiction. Okay, I've read it and did not like it. I think this is all part of a library book sale. Okay, I have not read that one, but it's a part of a series, so I don't know that I will. I've unhauled that one. Okay, I've unhauled the whole Miss Julia series. Okay, I've not read that one. Okay, I've read That Thick Guy. I liked that one, but I like long, chunky women's fiction. I've read that and didn't love it. I've read it and did enjoy it. Goodness, we're doing all right. Okay, I have not read either of those, but again, part of a series. I read that. That's the end of a series, I think, and I really enjoyed it. So that's it. Okay, so that actually worked out really well. We have 4 unread, but 3 of them are a part of a series that I am not going to undertake right now. So my series list, I have lists on lists, and those ones are kind of the exceptions because I don't want to have to read up to this, and I don't want to start a series unless I can binge it, especially like the Baxters and this Karen Kingsbury series. So the only book that I have to read this month is The Price to Pay by Linda Page, and I just looked this up, and I do have to read this physically. It's kind of chunky, so let's follow along as I try to read this book. Hey everyone, so I have started the one and only book, The Price to Pay by Linda Page. Now this feels like a chunker, even though it's only like 350 pages, but this is so far so good. I'm on page 42. The pages, I have a complaint. The pages are very full. Like they're just very full, and the paragraphs are kind of long, and so it's like your eyes, it's not the most visually pleasing thing, but I'm 40 pages in and I'm enjoying it. So it's following this girl named Marika. She is married. She's desperate for a child. And there's this child that is like crying, and she is planning, like the mom's not paying attention. It's in this stroller, and so she's planning to just like push the stroller back and forth to help soothe it. But the mom freaks out and is like, she's stealing my kid. So whatever. And then her husband's even a little suspicious that maybe she is off her rocker because she's so desperate for a child. Her sister's a little bit. So she's like really feeling betrayed by her husband and sister, which makes sense. But then her husband just shows up with a baby that he apparently went through the whole adoption process without her knowledge, which I don't know. I'm assuming this is not present day based on like the dress and stuff. I'm assuming it's not present day, but like this has to be a while ago for that to be kosher. But otherwise, it's good. It's interesting. She's got this little boy, and she is this mom, and we're just kind of following her. I haven't read the back lately, and so I'm not sure exactly where this is going, but I'm interested, and it's just been hard for me lately to sit down and physically read because I have a Bible study that has a significant amount of reading and is pretty intense, and then also we've had sports and Halloween and all the things coming up that just have made the days very full, and so I'm either running around physically trying to do stuff, which makes obviously physically reading hard, or it's late at night and I'm ready to be done. And also I still have a child asleep in my room, so keeping the light on is not a thing that I can do, and I don't think a Kindle even exists for this. So that's all I have to say for now, but I will check in when I have more to say. Hey everyone, so it's the next day, and I am getting on just because I've read another 45 pages of this. And so I'm almost on page 90 and I am loving this, like to the point that I just want to read and not do all the other things I need to do. And I was like thinking about this earlier this morning and just, it's really good. So, like I said, this gal, she really wants a baby. Her and her husband are having infertility problems. He kind of knows potentially why. Well, he knows with a high likelihood why, and he's keeping that from her. I have found out, I think this is the 60s, the 1960s. So that answers that question. But something that is one of my all-time worst fears has happened. And it's not like a tragedy. It's not like a child dies or anything like that. But it is just a thing that got me emotionally hooked. And so I am really enjoying this. And that's all I really have to say is that, like, this is, like I said, very full pages and all of that. And I have not been liking physically reading very often, but today we're going to go to church here in a little bit and I'm going to take this and read in the car, which my kids are always like, Mom, doesn't that give you a headache? Yes, it does, but it is worth it. And then we're going to have to run to Target after. So I'm going to sit in the car and read. Well, I mean, we're doing a Target pickup. So we're going to just try to tune everybody out. Any moment that I have to be stationary today, we're going to try to read this. So yeah, today is Sunday, so we're going to go to church, and then there's the Chiefs game, and my daughter told me my earrings look like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shells, so that's a confidence boost. I was, yesterday my kids are like, Mom, because long story short, not yesterday, it's been a while, but last week, whatever, Halloween. We went out trick-or-treating, and then the baby needed to nurse, and so I ran home to take her, and my kids were like, Mom, did you step out on the porch when they were in our cul-de-sac and I didn't know that? And they said, did you step out on the porch? And I was like, no. And they were like, oh, it must have been some big boy. So my husband's like, wow, that probably makes you feel good. And yes, I look like a teenage boy. So great, exciting. Love that for me. So, yeah, that's it. I'll let you know. I'll try not to update every 40 pages because that might be excessive, but so far, I'm really liking this. She is this thing has happened to her and it really got her down, but her sister's starting to help her pick back up and I am liking it. So I will check in later. Hey everyone, so I just got done with the dentist and it was glorious. Going to the dentist felt like a vacation because it was an hour of silence and it was just a routine cleaning. But I brought my book, so I challenged my daughter because we have 1,000 books, not literally, but out from the library. So many books. And she hasn't really been reading that much lately, which you guys know she is a reader. She hasn't been reading that much lately. And so I was like, let's do a readathon challenge. And I said, how many of the library books can you finish before I finish my physical read? And so now she's doing everything in her power to make me not able to read. But I took my book and I was like, surely I'm going to have some waiting time. I didn't have a single bit of waiting time, but I did take a video because the fall colors in Kansas City right now are just elite. They are beautiful, but things are changing so fast. But I opened my book and then she called my name. And so darn the luck. But feeling nice and shiny and good. And now I'm going to pop by a little free library and then I'm going to head home. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. My husband's watching my kids, so he's probably like, hurry up. But I'm going to pop over here and then go home. And today is going to be 70 degrees. It's not yet, so hence the vest and everything, but it will be. And I am so excited. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to do school and then we're going to go outside. My throat kind of hurts today. And so I'm hoping that we're not getting sick. But if we do, it'll be more couch and reading time. So we'll just have to see how this goes. But so far, so good. I am, it's in my purse, so I'm not going to get it out. But I'm 150 pages in, and it's slowed down for sure. So this thing happened. I don't even want to tell you what it is. I don't know if the back says, but this thing happens, and now she's trying to take over her husband's photography business. And we're getting really lost in the weeds of details about photography. So it's definitely slowed down. But I'm still enjoying it enough. I want to see how it all resolves. So there's that. So I will check in later when I have more to say.
Day breaks and I'm burned by the morning light. I make the same mistake more than twice. Same song, but brand new dance. I wear out my third, second chance. You take my breath and I can't get it back. Might be time for me to face the facts. The best me is with you, but I know I got a lot to prove. They think we're too damaged to fix, but we're just...
Hey everyone, so the hard part about having physical reads for this is like many moons pass between updates because I don't physically read that much that quickly. So we've been to the park, we've been to the library. The girls had a book club, and so every month they do a book club, and it's so great. It's grant funded throughout our library system, and so they get a copy of a book, and then they do fun activities, have snacks. It's wonderful. So my big two do it, my 5 and 7 year old, and that is fun. We did that, and they have this like mural wall that has all sorts of like beloved characters, and yeah, it was 2 nights ago maybe. And my husband kept my little two, so it was just me and the big two, and I had to plan Spanish, and so I did that mostly, but then I got a little bit of browsing time for myself. I didn't check anything out, which I feel like is pat on the back because I have a massive TBR, but yeah, so it's been fun. But now I am like 90 pages from done with this book, and I'm liking it more. So the beginning starts with a bang. I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about what happened. I don't know if it says on the back, but something happens that really alters this woman's life. And then she has to take over her husband's film like photography company. And so that comes with like all sorts of challenges and things. And she kind of has so there's two guys that work there. One is a young guy, one's an old guy. And the old guy is really rude and really, really rude and really misogynistic and just awful. And so there's that relationship. And then there's the young guy. And the young guy and she have like a found family, super sweet relationship. And so I'm really liking that. And then she kind of brings on a third guy, and that relationship is really sweet. Like, it's not a romance, but he's also an older guy, and that relationship is really sweet. So I'm liking it. It's just really slow moving. And now I think things are going to pick up here at the end. I think this last 90 pages will go super quick. So I'm trying to, today's Saturday, I'm trying to get as much done as I can this morning. So then my daughter has her first winter league soccer game at 4. And so my goal is to get everything done that I need to get done by 4. So then I can just read as soon as after we get home, we'll probably eat and that kind of stuff, and then just read and hopefully finish it. So that's the goal. I really hope that I will get on here tomorrow and say I'm finished with it. But if not, we'll see when I see it.
They like to say we're just young, but I know we won't give this up. Sometimes I lose my mind, and some days it's hard to find the reason why you stay by my side.
Everyone, so I have finished this book, and this was an interesting ride. So I don't know what the back says. I don't think it says anything except that her husband and son go missing. So that is like the thing that happens that changes her life, So in the beginning of the book, this happens, and then she's trying to figure out how to run his business and do all of that. And then, like I said, it kind of slowed down. The whole middle is just her forming friendships with the other employees of the shop, and her kind of coming to peace with her new life. Yeah, that's the majority of it. And so it got a little slow. However, at the end, the last 30, 40 pages took a tone twist where it was like, what? Because I would say, okay, so this takes place in the 60s. So this is historical. It's also, I would say women's fiction. There's no romance in here, which I really appreciated. So I'd say it's women's fiction. And then the last few things take a thrillery twist. And it's such a weird tone change that I was really caught off guard and kind of laughing, rolling my eyes kind of. However, it was an intense ending scene. I'd be curious to know, actually, let's look together. What is this categorized as on Goodreads? Let's see. The price to pay. Because I did not expect that. I didn't see it coming, and so I was like, this is kind of weird. Let's see. It's got nothing. Okay. There's no categorizations on Goodreads. So maybe that's why. How weird. Okay. Well, there's that. So I will say this is women's fiction, historical thriller. And yeah, that's weird. Does it say it anywhere? I know on the phone it says the bottom. Nope. Okay, so anyway, I like the book. I think it's going to be a solid 3.5 stars. It's not the best thing I ever read, but like the beginning and end really had you flipping pages. And the middle, I was still intrigued enough because there's some sweet characters and some sweet things going on. There is a weird, there's some weird things that happen in this. And so I don't want to say a whole lot more. I think it says Headline UK is who published this. And so I don't know if this is even available in the States. I don't know. I'll link it down below, but that's it. So I'm glad I finally read it. And that's the last book off my shelf for November. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.